understand about student accident policies. That's another thing that we run into. And we see that just everybody thinks it's automatically included, and it's not. And so it's important to understand, especially if schools have a sports program, and how that might impact you and how it potentially impacts mitigating claims on another policy, taking away those things so that you can present yourself in the right spot. And you got to have multiple policies to do that sometimes, and that's important to understand. Student accident policies would cover the students if there is an injury there on the premises, just in an everyday kind of operation. And then there's a sports aspect of it as well. And some companies will provide some limited student accident coverage on a liability policy within the package. But oftentimes those limits are lower, and potentially the cost may not be beneficial to you. Kids are kids, right? They run around, reckless abandon, sometimes on the playground. They jump off of things. They're trying to show off to their girlfriend or their friends, whoever it is. And, a kid breaks their arm. Well, we need to file that under a student accident policy so that we don't have to put it on the package policy. And oftentimes with student policy, you can have a higher level of coverage, which is more beneficial to the school to potentially mitigate any kind of idea of a lawsuit or negligence or anything like that. So the sports side of it is all of the sports: soccer, basketball, football, volleyball. And the thing that's a lot of conversation and has been for a little while is, concussions, and whether a concussion is going to be covered or not be covered. And it's important to understand that, because not everybody does provide coverage for that. But also those injuries, there are higher limits available sometimes for sports. And there's also catastrophic liability coverage related to sports, which is it's a big deal, especially if you get an injury. I mean, soccer can be an injury. It's one of the highest concussion sports out there. Football, of course, it certainly is. But, you can get other injuries like paralysis and things of that nature. And it's important to understand how all of that works together. And my recommendation and suggestion is that the schools need a separate student accident policy for their school students and for their sports participants.